My Diary by Steve Cross. This story was originally published in Voices of Imagination, an anthology of science fiction, fantasy, and horror. September 8th. The Demon is Coming Back. September 9th. I spent 3 hours on the internet tonight surfing pornographic websites. I'm ashamed of myself. It's not a good sign. September 10th. I felt the tingle in the middle of my forehead. It's there. I know it, just like the eye of Cyclops. Oh, God, help me. September 13th. I got drunk last night at a bar 50 miles away. Wound up taking 2 girls to a motel room. I just watched them. I skipped work today. Is that a sin? Tried to pray tonight. Words and phrases mushed together and swirling. Like shit in a blender. Add sugar and spice and everything nice, you still got shit in a blender. September 16th. Made a big sale today. $2,500. Wrote the order for $2,000. Got $500 cash up front. I pocketed it. I've been working in a rat hole for 2 years, never got a raise. I deserve better. September 18th. Stared at my Bible for an hour last night. I don't remember what I read. I fell asleep after drinking a bottle of wine. I was celebrating the blood of the Lamb. Wash me clean. Forehead's been hot all day. It's growing. September 19th. I could fix my boss's car. Make it look like an accident. Bastard doesn't deserve to live. Made a cold call on a new client. She was beautiful. We went out for lunch and spent the afternoon in her bed. Would I get paid? I deserve the little vacation. Could she be the one? I don't think it's a sin when you love someone. September 21st. Did the message at church today. Preacher out of town because his brother kicked off. Talked about the redeeming love of Jesus. Just what all those hypocrites wanted to hear. 15 minutes and out. Better to leave them wanting more than wanting more to leave. They all said I did a great job. Who needs the preacher? There's a cute girl in the high school class. I wonder if she's 18 yet. The fever in my head is gone. Maybe I just imagined it. September 22nd. Back to work today. I hung out at the mall and pretended to make calls. I lifted a cassette from the music store. It was on sale for $3.99. They'll never miss it. Turned out the tape sucked anyway. First time I ever stole anything. Don't know why I took it in the first place. Because it was there, I guess. Just like all the women, they're there just waiting to be taken. If I don't take it, no one's gonna give it to me. I really need to go to bed. I have a splitting headache starting right behind my eyes and going into my brain. I think the demon has stretched out his tentacles and cut through brain tissue. They hurt like hell. I don't have to worry about hell. At least I don't think so. September 24th. My sister called a while ago. Jamie's sweet but really stupid. She told me Mom missed me and wanted to see me again. I told Jamie that Mom could go to hell. I'll never forget what she did to me. I don't want to think about her. Then Jamie asked me if I was taking my medicine. I hung up on the bitch. My zombie cocktail. Pepto-Bismol for the brain. It keeps the shit in your head from rumbling and splattering all over the place. People have always told me I have shit for brains. I guess Jamie's afraid I'm going to fart and blow my brains out. September 26th. I would like to say thank God it's Friday, but today I don't feel like thanking God for anything. Today I just wish I was dead. I called on the chick I slept with last week thinking I might get a little more afternoon delight. She told me we weren't compatible for each other, and she didn't want to see me anymore. I swear to God if we hadn't been in the store with other people hanging around, I would have decked her and done what I wanted. It's the only way to get through to a tease, I think. But I couldn't do that. I calmly got back in my car and drove around the building and took a key to her brand new, red convertible Mustang. No one saw me, no one knows what I did except maybe for God, but I'm not so sure he's paying attention to me anymore. He sure wasn't paying attention to me when my stepfather. Never mind about that bastard. I don't want to go into it. I just remembered. I was 10 years old the first time I tried to kill myself. I wanted to show Mom. But they found me and locked me up. That's the first time I knew I had a demon. I lost so much blood and was so white I could see its outline in my head. Yeah, I don't feel much like living tonight, but I'm too afraid to die. Besides, suicide is a sin. I didn't know that when I was 10. Maybe God was looking out for me. Maybe hell. Did you ever notice how close hell is to hell? I don't know why God is letting this demon from hell get to me again. I need some kind of sign that God still loves me. Come on God, I dare you. Give me a sign. September 28th. I had a fever last night all night long. Every time I fell asleep, I dreamed horrible dreams. In one I was lost in a deserted mansion. Rats scurried all over the place. Roaches so thick they crunched when I walked. I started to go into one room, but through one door I heard insane whispering. Voices low and hissing words like snakes swirling through the keyhole and trying to get into my head. I knew if they did, I would die. I went to another door. I heard low moans and crying. It reminded me of me when I hid in the closets. They always found me. In the dream I ran upstairs to get away and went into a small room the size of my bathroom when I was a kid. It looked just like my bathroom too. I started hearing a thud, thud, scrape coming down the hall toward me. I shut the door and locked it. Thud, thud, scrape, thud, thud, scrape. Closer and closer till it was right outside the door. Then the door dissolved just like someone flushed it away. A toilet stood in the hallway, huge and alive and grinning. I heard the slow chuckle of water as it stared at me. Then shit-stained wet toilet paper started rising from the bowl like those cobras from the wicker baskets. It got 6, 8 feet high and then sliced through the air and hit me in the face. I could smell shit and piss. The paper began wrapping around me, starting with my face. When I started to scream, it filled my mouth and gagged me. I woke up sweaty, smelly, and wet. The smell was shit. The wet, piss. I had messed in my bed. I felt ashamed, like I was a little kid again. I know the demon sent me that dream. I know he's making me remember the stuff I don't want to remember, just like my doctor did. I told him I had a demon in my head. He told me to draw it. He said the first thing people need to do to fight their demons is to confront them. When I got out of my straps the next morning and showered, I looked in the mirror and saw the bulging monster in my forehead. This morning I saw the same thing. No wonder that chick, whatever her name is, didn't want to see me anymore. I drew my demon for my doctor. Then he started to ask me a bunch of questions that weren't any of his business. I told him to kiss off and tried to punch him. That's when they put me in the electric chair for the first time. September 30th. My boss is a shithead. Every day we are going to be required to hand in a list of every customer we contact through the day and a summary of what we discussed. We even have to put sign in and sign out times. What does he think we are, a bunch of kids? I'm looking forward to tomorrow when the boss announces the winner of the September sales contest. I could use a bonus right now. October 1st. I'm so pissed off I can't see straight. Jamie Nichols won the sales contest by $475. You know what my prickhead boss gave her? An all-expense-paid weekend to Las Vegas. I bet she cheated when he added up the figures. That trip should have been mine. When I left work, I told the boss I was calling on a client out of town and wouldn't be back in the office until tomorrow. I went straight home, made up a client list, and drank whiskey. I fell asleep on the couch and dreamed of raping Jamie repeatedly and then driving an ice pick through her forehead. I know it's not a good dream, but I can't help what I dream. Surely God knows that. October 2nd. I made a call on Pastor Paul Stevens today. He does one of our boring Sunday radio church services. He asked me if I was saved. I told him I thought I was. He told me that if I just thought I was, then I probably wasn't. I told him to go judge someone else. He told me, "You're going to have to choose one way or the other. You never know when Jesus is coming back." I told him if Jesus came to my house, I'd invite him in for a drink. I know how much he liked to party. Pastor Paul started to pray for me. I slammed the door and left. October 3rd. I don't want to live anymore, but I'm too scared to die. I got fired. My boss took my call sheet and phoned all the people I supposedly saw Wednesday. When I stepped into the office, the shit hit the fan. Can you imagine someone checking up on you like that? What an a-hole. I'm no longer an account exec for shit. They can all go to hell. And I'm sure they will too. I'm going out and getting drunk tonight. October 5th. Jesus came to see me last night. Most people would tell me it was a hallucination or a dream, but I know better. I don't remember anything that happened to me from Friday night until Sunday morning at 3:13 a.m. I got a little drunk and someone gave me a pill. He said it'd take care of my problems. It did. Out of some dark cavern, an infinite abyss, I woke at 3:13 a.m. Sunday morning. My mind was as sharp and clear as jagged glass. I sat up in bed. When I did, the whole room filled up with a bright, warm light. I floated in the light, happier and more content than I can ever remember being since they cut me out of my mother. The soft voice of Jesus came out of the light. He that has ears, let him hear. "I hear," I said, "and I'm here." "Take up thy cross and follow me," he said. I saw a hand coming out of the glare and it held a gold cross with one end honed to a sharp, bright, shiny point. Then I saw his face with his long flowing white hair and beard. His soft brown eyes, as old as time, saw into my soul. I knew he knew how evil it was. "Cast out your demon. Cleanse yourself with blood," he said. I asked him what he meant, but he told me I already knew. I did. I didn't have the courage at first, so I went back to sleep. It's 9:13 a.m., the 6th hour after he came to me. It's time. The point is sharp and the pain intense, but it has to be to purify, to cut out the demon. Blood drips into my eyes and into my mouth. It tastes like salt. Blood is the salt of the earth. I think I read that somewhere. One more thrust, like the thrust of the Roman spear, and I will be finished.